I cannot believe what I just saw from the San Antonio Spurs, capped off by De'Aaron Fox's windmill. Harrison Barnes went full retro mode, putting on a clinic as De'Aaron Fox was clutch. Keldon Johnson showed up big, and so many more players stepped up in the absence of multiple Spurs stars like Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama, getting their second win without Victor in the lineup. And this has huge implications for the rest of the season. This next little stretch where the Spurs need to win games to stay right up there near the top of the Western Conference, and we're here to break it all down. And by the way, if you're hyped for the Spurs winning this game, make sure you like the video, send them their energy. Liking the video sends the Spurs energy. They see it. The players all obviously watch the videos. They see the likes. They will play harder for you. Keenan, let's get into this right now. My gosh, what a game. There's so many guys we could talk about, but I think I want to talk about one guy first. We'll get into so many guys. Look, Keldon Johnson was barking as the team went into the locker room, and I always got my handy Keldon Johnson jersey next to me. I mean, big body was unreal, but listen, how are you just feeling coming off the heels of that crazy back and forth game and that nutty, what was it, 10-11-0 run to finish it off?
11-0 run to finish it off, 10-point victory, and beautiful to watch the old guy, Harrison Barnes, getting it done for the San Antonio Spurs. I like it because every win matters in this Western Conference, and though we're playing a 4-10 Grizzlies team that did not have John Morant, we obviously don't have three of our four best ball creators in Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and of course Victor Wembanyama. So we need to get wins in any way, shape, or form because a W is a W, and that's only going to help us in the long term. And we got it done. It wasn't pretty at times. It was gritty. But in that fourth quarter, instead of letting them score 40 in the third, only 14 in the fourth. We played defense. We got down to it. And that's what these games are going to be. Grind out defensive games. It's going to look like early 2010s basketball, not the free flow and everything for us, because we need to keep these games in the low hundreds to get some W's over the next few weeks without Wemby and without Castle, who will be reevaluated here soon.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanna mention one thing. We keep talking about without Wemby, right? And without him, a lot of concerns were naturally on the big man rotation. And Luke Kornet has done an incredible job this year, but it feels weird, Keenan, but Castle and him clearly got something going, because in the first full game without Castle, Kornet was almost invisible on the offensive end. Literally 0 points today. You're holding up that goose egg. He only took one shot. Now he still chipped in with fantastic help defense throughout the entire night, as we always expect from him. 0 blocks, but 4 boards, 3 assists. He was doing what he could. 2 offensive rebounds. The Spurs didn't get nearly as many offensive rebounds as they usually do. They only had 4 this game. Usually that's just Keldon Johnson on his own. But I wanted to give a big shout out, I got so many guys here, to Kelly Olynyk, who was only averaging 9 minutes a game. These stats are prior to tonight's game because they won't update until tomorrow, but 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists a game. The triple-triple for Kelly coming into this game. But man, Keenan, didn't you feel he stepped up a bit tonight? He only hit that 1 for 4 from 3, but that 1-3 was a very important one. Had 5 defensive rebounds, had 3 assists, 2 steals. He dribbled the ball up like a point guard off of a rebound and threw a lob to Keldon. What was I seeing from Kelly tonight? I was honestly quite impressed. This was his best showing of the season, and I don't think it's even close.
It's not close, and Kornet was definitely getting affected by Zach Edey, obviously someone who's going to really mimic his play style and stature, but also just be a little bit taller doing so, and that height really bothered Luke Kornet, as you saw, but the ability to stretch the floor for Kelly Olynyk really changed things up for him, and you're right. I was watching highlights last night of Shaq, just random Shaq highlights, dribbling the ball down the floor, and it was crazy to see big man do, like a big guy do that. You're like, wait a second, a player can do that, and now it happens all the time. Kelly Olynyk dribbling the ball down the court, so I think it's crazy, but I really like the way that he played. He played with energy, he played with passion tonight, and these are the guys that are going to need to step up over these next couple weeks. I mean, we'll need them towards the end of the season, the rest of the season, but especially over this period where we're missing some of our key guys.
For sure, and Keldon was doing his job on the boards too. I thought he had a great game. Again, averaging 11 and 6 coming into tonight on 56% shooting. Keldon did exactly what we needed him to do. 8 for 15 from the field for 18.7 rebounds, 2 steals. What a game from Keldon. I mean, these guys are stepping up, like you said, but obviously it's the stars who are stealing the show, and we'll start with Fox, and we're going to get into Barnes in a bit more detail in a minute, because there was some stuff he was doing that commentators, us, we were like, again, I just couldn't believe my eyes. I don't even want to say it's a throwback. He was throwing it back to the 80s superstars. Anyway, but De'Aaron Fox, Keenan, averaging 22 and 7 coming into tonight, 51% from the field. Actually hurt his field goal percentage, having a 50% shooting night tonight. But De'Aaron Fox, let's just take a look here. 26 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. Not many assists for the Spurs tonight, which is a bit wild. It seems like Stephon Castle really is that primary playmaker. And obviously without other options like Harper, like Wemby, it makes it harder to run your offensive sets that I'm sure you worked all offseason trying to get down with certain players. But 26, 3 and 2 on 50% shooting, 20 second half points, Keenan. That's the big thing for De'Aaron. This guy showed up in the clutch when it mattered, but also late in the fourth quarter. What I love from him too is he wasn't afraid to trust his teammates in those moments. Tonight, Harrison Barnes or whoever it may be, I loved his game. And after the game, he's like, look, I'm still adjusting to being that guy here, but he's like, I love it. Everyone was showing up, and I've loved, honestly, what I've seen from Fox since Wemby went down.
I have too, and I wanted to mention, you mentioned Keldon Johnson's name. I just want to say he has been playing great as well, with him needing to be a primary offensive player off the bench. I mean, he was kind of a microwave style guy, but now he's really going to have to be a primary scorer like it looked like 3 years ago when he had to really be a primary scorer for the San Antonio Spurs. But back to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, the way he played today, especially that second half, he was in total command of the offense, and I think he realized after the first half, he was trying to get everybody within the flow. I think he realized that I really have got to treat this kind of like I'm back on the Kings and we don't have Sabonis and I've got to get going. And so, like, because offensively it's kind of tough for us to get shots every single possession. He's clearly our best ISO player right now. He is clearly our best shot creator right now. Devin Vassell can create shots. And I mean, Harrison Barnes, when he gets rolling, apparently can do whatever he wants to do. But I really like the way that De'Aaron Fox played, especially in that second half. He played aggressive, but also not playing selfish, because when other guys did have it going, when other guys needed to make plays, he wasn't trying to force feed the ball, get in positions. He was allowing players to do what they needed to.
It's all about that chemistry. And even he himself said in the post-game interview, he's like, I'm still getting used to it, right? I'm still getting used to the chemistry with the guys, and it's going to come. And it looks just better and better day by day. But also, why wait? Let's just talk about Harrison Barnes. Averaging 12 points coming into tonight, Keenan. Mr. 100%, as we all affectionately know him. Shout out Sean Elliott. 49% from three so far this year. This is coming into tonight, so it has changed a bit. 54 from the field. But looking at tonight, 23 points. He upped his three-point percentage. He's basically at 50% this year. 4 for 8 from 3, 9 for 14 from the floor, 23, 5, and 3. Insane efficiency. And I bet you if you go by, any of those advanced metrics, he was probably our best player, if not one of them. Like, yeah, there's some defense from some other guys that maybe Barnes isn't going to give, but those running sky hooks in the lane. There was a stretch of 3 possessions in a row where he had a running, sweeping sky hook that Jamal Crawford on the NBC broadcast shouted out as being like 85 magic. Even you yourself said that. And then he hit like a fadeaway looking like MJ and knocked down a 3. Pick your poison. There's so many good 3-point shooters in history. He knocked down the 3 like any year except 2016 Harrison Barnes. And it was absolutely incredible to watch what he did down the stretch. This guy, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's found the fountain of youth, but this dude is aging like fine wine right now.
He is. And this was a guy who, obviously, that 15-16 finals were like goose egg in game, but like, God, he was getting to the basket too. But obviously, Harrison Barnes had some moments, and everyone had some moments where we were down. But in 14-15, he was taking big shots for the Warriors, and they were confident in him taking those. Like, he is not afraid of moments. He's been in these moments. And today he was like, all right, I got to go help out my guy, De'Aaron Fox here. Let me just get to my 80s bag real quick. Get some Magic, get some Bird, get some MJ. Let me just get to that 80s bag real quick and go finish the game for us. I love to see it. And these veteran guys are what you need, because Kelly Olynyk, Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, 3 veterans that have played in this league for a while. Those are the guys that are going to help us through not just this portion of the season, but later in the season when we're going deep we need to get this for seeding or playoff runs. These are the guys who have been there and done that at the highest level. So we're going to need to lean on them. And tonight they just showed, hey, we still got a little bit with a young Memphis team that was flying around. Cedric Howard looked pretty good tonight.
Oh, yeah, he really did. That wingspan's still freaky to watch. And shout out to Devin Vassell for blocking that pull-up Cedric Howard jumper late in the fourth quarter. I mean, Vassell made a couple of nice defensive plays late in the game as well. Like, again, it was a cohesive effort, and that's exactly what we need to see. Yes, the veterans stepping up, but everyone did their job tonight. And it's something that hasn't happened every game for the Spurs. We've been in a lot of games because of our talent, which is crazy to say after the last few years, but like right now, this kind of cohesive effort, once we get Harper rolling again, once we get Castle rolling again, once we get Wemby all with Fox and all this stuff, that is when this team will truly hit its full strength. We're not even close to it yet. I'd say we're not even at 70% of it, even if these guys are all healthy, because we haven't seen that chemistry build. But listen, this is a great first sign. 2-0 in the Wemby-less era this season. So we're going to have to see how it continues, sitting at fifth, tied for fourth, really, in the Western Conference. They're at 10-4. Boy, it's a tough Western Conference when you look at that picture, but hey, I believe our boys got 78-4 on the menu. Everyone, look, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. My goodness, if you made it this far, like 60% of you still haven't. We got to get you hitting that subscribe button because we're here every single day. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host Keenan Warner. We'll catch you in the next one.